Freak Nation, we lost a giant on Saturday. The founder of Lucas Oil, proud partners of SpeedFreaks for almost our 25 years. And we will always love you, Forrest. You changed lives. You brought people together that may have never been in the same zip code. Your heart was on your sleeve, man, for all of us to see. Whatever force of nature brought us together, we are thankful, Forrest, humble beyond words. The world is a better place because you walked it. Our thoughts are with Charlotte, Morgan, Katie, and the entire Lucas family. Peace.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
All Freak Nation, with heavy hearts, we do the show for you tonight, today, depending on when you're watching this thing. Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Richard C. Suave, Big Old Johnson's over there behind the freaking helicopter pilot. And, of course, our good friend, Cole Cusimano, Freak Nation. Forrest Lucas, the namesake for Lucas Oil. Proud partners of SpeedFreaks for almost the 25 years we've been doing this. Lost his life on Saturday. And we do the next 2 hours with heavy hearts in memory of this man who, frankly, put all 5 of us together, put an 11-year-old in my life, and put so many people in my life that would never have made it into my sphere if it wasn't for Forrest Lucas. So in his name, we're going to kick your ass tonight here with the Freak Nation.
Love it.
Daytona, on a freaking hot August night, did not disappoint for a lot of freaking people. We'll get to that. We're looking for Christian Rasmussen, IndyCar Series winner from Sunday afternoon. He should be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Connor Zilisch. As I said 6 months ago, he's going cup racing. I did not say that. I said, please hold him back one more year. We'll get to that. Also coming up, Sarah Fisher. Remember her? One of the most badass broads to ever wheel an IndyCar. She's got great news with her 11-year-old son, Danny. We'll share that with you coming up in the second hour. Also, Ross Chastain. Again, like you've never seen Ross Chastain here in the Freak Nation. But I think Cole Cusimano, Richard C., you guys were pretty much on point with a lot of those texts that I didn't see last night because of circumstances. Still reverberating from Daytona on a hot August night. Is this race still sitting as good as it did with you after it did late last night here in the Freak Nation?
I would just like to point out, first off, to begin the show tonight, that Cole and I, if you listen to the Money Stop this week, I was filling in for Steven Cusimano, Cole's brother. And if you were listening to that particular show, we could have made you some money. Because Cole and I, we called it, we nailed it. And Ryan Blaney won Daytona on Saturday, just exactly as Cole and I predicted. So congratulations to those of you in the Freak Nation who bet alongside Cole and I and bet Ryan Blaney win. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Okay, you having said that, I want to go inside your heads with, 5 laps to go when he was sitting in 13th spot? How'd you think about your bets at that point?
I was rooting for Justin Haley.
Yeah, I don't get that in any way, shape, or form. But I was very confident because we see how Ryan Blaney races at these tracks. He had 4 wins going in. Now he's got 5 on the drafting tracks. He's just a wizard. He knows how to navigate traffic. He knows how to formulate these runs, and he just put the hammer down and got it done. Whew. That 4-wide finish at the end was just pure cinema. Hanging in the Lavore. That was an amazing finish.
Yeah. Yeah, that if you look at that picture, I know exactly which one you're talking about. There's actually 7 cars there, and I don't think anybody in NASCAR has talked about this. That has to be the closest top 7 in the history of the sport.
I would imagine
so. It's amazing. It's like 2 rows of cars, boom, across the finish line. Wow.
You know, we talk about Daytona, specifically the 24 hours at Daytona, how it continues every year. There are cars within, sometimes car lengths, but frankly, cars within distance, multiple cars that could win that race. And looking at the shrapnel that is the Daytona August race, to have that many cars still contending for the win, some back markers that are up front and legitimate contenders for the championship. Say what you will about this Gen car, but my goodness, to have that many cars with a chance to win, and freaking your boy back there, Ryan Blaney, just kind of like the sniper, Freak Nation, with that win. And I'm with you, Richard C. I was cheering on. When I heard Cody Ware's name come up halfway through the race, I'm going, come on, man. Please just give me chaos, baby. Haley, just give me chaos. Somebody give me chaos.
No, you wanted the story of the lottery, not the lottery ticket, the fortune cookie. You wanted the fortune cookie story to be real. So yeah, I get that. I get that. His fortune cookie, for those of you who may not be aware, he posted it up on social media. Cody Ware's fortune cookie 3 days ago said victory is within your reach, or victory is your next adventure, or something along those lines. Talking about a victory. And of course he thought, that's it. Going to win Daytona. He was leading. He just didn't win it.
That's right. Yeah.
What is it that gets us so excited? Well, it gets Cole excited because he likes the purity of motorsports. Why do we ask for purity in sports? I'm watching, of course, what do the kids call it nowadays, Richie, when you just splurge and you continue to watch show after show after show when it drops?
Binge watching.
Binge watching.
Yeah.
I'm doing that, of course, with Jerry Jones, the gambler, and his Cowboys. And the purity of sports just goes out the freaking window. We try and get so tight and inside the head of drivers and teams when, frankly, it's just a freaking event. We get so caught up in, there's no way Justin Haley should make it if he wins. There's no way, Coach. Why? Why, man? What does it matter? Why do we get so hung up on the purity of sports? When don't you want to be entertained? As I said when we started a midday show here in Phoenix on Fox Sports, I said, you either want your NFL team to suck ass or you want them to be dominant. You don't want an average freaking team because you want somebody you can pile on or freaking embrace all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't want an average motorsports race. I don't want an average motorsports series. I want controversy. I've said it before. I want chaos. And Ryan Blaney kind of provided that chaos because I didn't hear that son of a bitch's name mentioned for 3 hours. Yeah. And here comes Ryan Blaney. What is this? And who said it on our text thread last night? I'm hoping for something illegal on Blaney's car.
What was it? I did say that because I wanted, like, first of all, if there is ever a race to watch that is a perfect indictment of why the playoffs are perfect and amazing and exactly what NASCAR needs, it's that race at Daytona last night. Because you're telling me that race is anywhere near as good, interesting, surprising, shocking if 6 of those guys running up at the front were trying to get into the playoffs?
True.
Right? Just picture that race, but like, I don't know, six weeks earlier. And it's like, all right, cool. Ryan Blaney won. Let's move on. That doesn't matter. They still have 6 races to get into the playoffs. But that's what made that race so exciting. And I was bummed because I wanted to come on the show today and have a storyline to talk about, which is Cole Custer or Justin Haley making the playoffs and how awesome that is for the sport. Because Cole, here's my thing about this. And granted, it didn't happen, but like every other sport, we love underdogs. I mentioned this before. Why is NASCAR the one goddamn sport where underdogs are always like, nope, we don't like you. You don't belong here. We hate you when you succeed. The one damn sport where fans are like, nope, we did not want Cole Custer to win that race. We did not want Justin Haley to win that race. Thank God, Alex Bowman, with the great personality he's got and the great story he is, made the playoffs because he's going to get booted in round 1 anyway.
Oh, wow. That's shots fired there. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any of that, by the way. I don't think no one in the NASCAR fan base hates an underdog story. What they hate is an illegitimate playoff field. So if you had Cole Custer, Justin Haley win this race, they both had one top 10 going into Daytona. One.
Doesn't matter because
they were ranked 29th and 30th in the standings. Why would you want somebody like that in your playoff format, which already gets ragged on for the reasons of the winning you're in mentality? So it's not that you don't like the underdog story; it's that you don't want an illegitimate playoff field. That's how I felt.
That doesn't make any sense.
But what I will say, I don't know if we have time here. I want to pose a question here. Yeah. Was Daytona a bit of a failure because you had the awesome favorite in Ryan Blaney win this race? You also had Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman, who were ranked 15th and 16th in points, advance into the playoffs. I think it was perfectly fine. I think it was deserving to drivers that made the playoff field. But, you have that lack of controversy, excitement, unpredictability. So yeah,
Didn't I just say that, Cole?
Yeah, I mean,
Didn't I just say that? Alex Bowman got in the freaking playoffs when he wasn't in the freaking race.
Exactly.
You want controversy, ass?
I had no problem.
Dude wasn't even in the race, yet he made it in the playoffs. What?
How do you really feel?
Who do you want in there, Alex Bowman or Custer? Oh,
Alex Bowman.
I'd rather have Alex Bowman because he's sitting on the freaking sidelines. What the hell does that mean?
He's tied for the second most top 10s in the series. Why would he not make the playoffs?
I mean, Richie, what happens if, like, Albon or Lewis Hamilton, what if they win a race of Formula One? Oh, that sucks ass. The guys haven't won a freaking race all year. I know it didn't have anything to do with playoffs, but they still won a G-damn race.
That's a big story. That's the biggest story in Formula One, if any of those guys get a win. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Cody, just give me something to... Fortunately, Ryan Blaney, the sniper, was sitting back there. He wasn't leading the entire race. It wasn't one of those. So I'll give you that, Cole. That's not chaos. That's not controversy, but it's different than Larson or somebody running away with that race. So the fact that Ryan Blaney is sitting back there, crashed in 13th?
Yes.
Pulls that race win out?
Yep.
Dude, go watch Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney's onboard.
Yes.
Those last 2 laps. Some of the coolest stuff you'll ever see in your life.
It really
Suarez
is.
was this
incredible.
close. Really would have liked Suarez to pull that out.
Let's
I know
start
that
calling
would have bumped Bowman, but that would have been an amazing story, too.
It would have.
Let's start calling Cole the contradiction.
The contradiction. No, I thought it was a great race. I'm just saying, like, did it live up to what NASCAR wanted with, no surprises there and the odds-on favorite winning the race?
Freak Nation, his name is
think
Connor
it's still
Zilisch.
abducted.
He is going big boy cup racing. And I told you he shouldn't do it. That and Christian Rasmussen coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001. This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road. Big news coming out of the Xfinity Cup Series. Connor Zilisch, who's on his way to an Xfinity Series champion, he won the damn race, even though he won the freaking race car. Right. Explain that to me, Freak Nation. I get it. Crasher, I get it.
That's a rule in all motorsports.
I get it. It's a rule in NHR. I get it. But if the driver's in... Anyway, Connor Zilisch.
It's an injury clause. Come on.
The only clause I would have would be a pregnancy clause. All right. What, man? Let me get it back on the rails, Freak Nation. Connor Zilisch making news over the weekend. We will get to that. Also, Christian Rasmussen, Sarah Fisher's in here, and, of course, Ross Chastain. for joining us here in the Freak Nation. Now, Richard C. Suave and Cole Cusimano, our millennials and non-millennial conspiracy theorists, believe that there's something going on between Chevrolet and everybody else when it comes to the NASCAR Cup Series and these playoffs. And evidently, Kyle Larson's in the middle of it. Boys, Richie, Cole, please explain.
Yeah, so obviously in the closing laps of last night's race, Alex Bowman was obviously out of the race in the garage. And the only way that he would make the round of 16 would be if there was a repeat winner at Daytona. Well, in the closing laps of this race, Kyle Larson was pushing Eric Jones at the front of the field, and he gave him the boot. And there's been a lot of talk over the Twitter sphere, X sphere, whatever you want to call it, about race manipulation, because Rick Hendrick came over the radio, made the drivers on track aware, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron, that there couldn't be a new winner or else Alex Bowman would not make the playoffs. So there's been a lot of controversy. Bob Pockris and Dustin Long asked Kyle Larson about the situation and if there was any manipulation there or whatnot. But let's not forget, last year at Martinsville for the championship race, Team Chevy got nabbed for a race manipulation call with Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain to get William Byron in the championship 4. And for that reason, there's now a 100% rule. So that's been the talk on Twitter today following Daytona, is that maybe that there was some manipulation between Chevrolet and Hendrick Motorsports.
But it has nothing to do or nothing to go against a 100% rule. This is a different sort of manipulation,
right,
called the tap.
Correct.
Will we get a tap rule out of this?
Hey, never know.
Kyle Larson. Do we have Kyle Larson actually talking about this?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have that?
Oh, let's hear it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to hit him and get our lane going. You know, I feel like the Fords you can just like really lock onto and push. Like Toyotas and Chevys, we don't latch bumpers very well. So I feel like the slams kind of help advance the lane more. Maybe he thinks differently. And then yeah, I did get him a little bit out of shape one time, I think, and then I think that's when I got by him. Dude, you're just staring at a rear bumper in front of you. You can't see in front of them, so like I'd have to see the replay to even know like if I shoved him into the guy in front of him. I can't remember. There's so much stuff that happens at the end. So yeah, I'm just trying. You know, we're all just trying to advance our lanes.
All right, so a few things here. Kyle Larson definitely brought the dirt track to the Cup Series because we have not seen him that aggravated or emotional at the Cup level in a while. So that was pretty interesting there. I also felt his comments were kind of incriminating because he didn't seem very like confident or like blatant that was not intentional. And I think part of that, God rest his soul, is John Edwards not being there to be his public relations guy. Maybe not as polished, not as in tune with the media side of things. But yeah, just watching how Kyle Larson approached that with Dustin Long there, it didn't seem like he was very deliberate, that it was not intentional.
Polished.
There we go. Thank
Hendrick
you.
Polished, right?
Yes.
Didn't have the Hendrick shine.
You're right. He brought high limit to a Cup race.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And he was pretty emphatic, though. I mean, he is kind of trying to make his argument. I'm staring at a bumper. What do you expect me to do?
Right.
But it could be argued. It could definitely be argued.
And like he said, like the Toyota bumpers and the Chevrolet bumpers and the Ford bumpers, they do not line up very well. This has been a trend since the next gen was introduced. The Toyota bumpers do not line up with the other manufacturers great at all. So, I mean, I don't think it was manipulation there. Obviously, Twitter and the NASCAR fans are going to look for their things to complain about. So,
and for those unaware, it's basically Eric Jones in the Toyota in the front and Kyle Larson in the Chevy behind him.
Correct.
It's just Kyle Larson being terrible at bump drafting. He has no idea what he's doing. That's all it is.
I mean,
OMG.
Kyle Larson has 3 top 10s on drafting tracks this year out of 5. Lowest finish of 20th, average finish of 9.6.
Because he's lucky.
Kyle Larson,
he's
the
lucky.
GOAT.
Go what? Yeah, I was watching the race just like you, Cole, and I said the same thing. I was like, "What the hell is Kyle Larson doing?" He was like, because especially the way these cars are now, like you have to be very, very careful about. They're not as bump draft savvy as these cars were in the previous generation of car. Like if you bump in the wrong spot, there's a wreck, and you're going right into the wall. And I thought Kyle Larson's bumping was a little too aggressive for me. Tell even the Bubba Wallace wreck, he was a little bumpy,
Great point.
there, a little bumpy. Now, from what I understand, Denny Hamlin on Actions Detrimental earlier on Sunday, kind of talked about that crash with Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson and the bunch that caused the big one, and he said that was Bubba Wallace's fault. However, However, Kyle Larson should get some of the blame in there too. Like to me, it was like a racing incident, but it's like, oh, Kyle Larson, he's the one that's always on the scene here. So he wasn't manipulating anything. He's just terrible at these tracks.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
You can't even say that with a straight face. Look into the camera.
What? Yeah. No, Kyle Larson is terrible at drafting tracks.
Oh, my goodness.
I said it. He has no idea how to bump draft. Plain and simple. He had a chance to win that race yesterday, and he didn't do it. Same thing in Talladega. I said the same thing back at Talladega, too. When he had a chance to win that race, he was just like, la-di-da, I'm just going to stay right here in my lane and not try and pass.
Cody's getting hot right now. He looks like Chris Farley and Billy Madison.
Kyle Larson, he has some good tracks coming up for him, but he's going to be out before the round of 8.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he does not make it to the round of 8. He's had a terrible summer, and I just don't see how that's going to turn around.
Yeah, sounds like Joey Logano, 2024.
Why do you throw that out there when no one's going to hold you to it, like our current administration? Richie,
I'll hold
if you're going to say that, someone has to hold Skippy to it.
I got you on this.
Okay, but what's going to happen? What kind of bet?
Oh.
All right.
Man.
We'll figure that out in a second.
Yeah, figure it out.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll do that on Wednesday. We got time to figure this out.
Looking at you guys, you can't tell me that manipulation doesn't go on in all of motorsports.
Yes, I believe it does.
I can go on when it comes to professionals, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. So for us to sit here and be high and mighty like there shouldn't be manipulation in sport, it happens I don't want to go back to my freaking Dallas Cowboys special on Netflix again. You talk about manipulation. But you see it in NHRA. We've seen it with Force Racing where John Force is up at the line and his teammates up at the line, and one of these cats running for the championship. Oh, one of the Force vehicles, bam, loses traction at the start.
The most famous being Tony Pedregon, his teammate for many, many years through the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah. Yep.
And if I'm running a race car and it's dependent on sponsorship money, I'm doing everything as a team owner to manipulate those cars without going completely over the line, maybe straddling it and saying, look, you happy bastards, if so-and-so wins, Alex Bowman's out.
Which is what Rick Hendricks said to all of his drivers. Mm-hmm. Said, just FYI, if we have a new winner, Alex Bowman's out. So all of them, then they use their own processing in their brain. What does he mean by this? What do I do about this?
Now, I'm not advocating for the legendous Michael Waltrip, Clint Boyer, Martin Truex Jr. Hey, wreck so-and-so now, please. No, I'm not.
That was weird.
I'm not advocating that.
Awful.
Right. That was like, okay, textbook. This is what we're about to do with Clint Boyer, Martin Truex. You're out. That was just, again, Michael Waltrip. Don't get me going about that. My apologies. That was a rabbit hole. So now, intentionally wrecking someone to do harm, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. That's a major problem. And we've seen that before in sprint cars, late models specifically. Man, just go online. My God. Late models intent to crush other competitors. Yeah. It's all part and parcel, Freak Nation. All right, man, coming up, we're going to hear from Christian Rasmussen, your IndyCar Series winner from Milwaukee. Christian Rasmussen and Milwaukee just sounds so funky.
It really
right? Just you want to have like Smith or Bob or Bukowski in Milwaukee.
What?
He'll be joining us. Sarah Fisher, Ross Chastain, and more coming up right here. Speed Freaks Bits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This segment brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Freak Nation, go to GeneralTire.com to check out tires for all of your rides. You got yourself a snappy little sports car? What about a big old fat minivan? They got them. You go to GeneralTire.com. You got yourself some Labor Day travel coming up. Make sure you're rolling on a new set of General Tires. Go to GeneralTire.com. GeneralTire.com. And in that commercial spot break, you saw our good friends at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Coming up in a couple of weeks, Cole Cusimano, right?
That's right. 2 weeks. We got Darlington and then WWT.
Cole Cusimano and yours truly, we're going to be hanging out at WorldwideTechnologyRaceway.com. Still some tickets left at Freak Nation, WWTRaceway.com. It is one of the best tracks that NASCAR Cup Series runs on because it's just freaking different. It's still relatively new to the series. And the fact that this is in the playoffs, get your tickets now, man, and join us in St. Louis. So, top of the show, I talked about our good friend Connor Zilisch, who, Crasher, is it wrong of me? You know what it is? You know what Connor Zilisch and other drivers, Kyle Larson, where us are on that bus early? Like with Kyle Larson when he's 15 and I'm jamming a mic in his face at freaking Chino, California. And this guy's so special. You can just tell he's a badass at 15. And then Connor Zilisch, he's 17 and we're interviewing him. It's like that band that you discover. You can go to Four Shot Cody. I'm tired of looking at myself. It's like that band that you discover as a teenager in your early 20s. And it's like they start to blow up. And it's like, I knew about this band first. Why is everybody getting on the bandwagon, man?
Great simile.
Right?
Yeah.
It's my guy.
Yeah.
It's my group.
Connor Zilisch, come on. When he's winning, does anybody out there know what the hell TA2 is? What the hell it is? Crasher,
Yes, people do.
Listen, Crasher, I know you do, damn it. But I guarantee.
No, I'm saying our listeners, our viewers, they do too.
95%.
Trans Am 2.
Well, there you go. 95% of the Cup Series fans has no idea what TA2 stands for. They think it's a freaking razor blade. They do. Yeah, they do. Connor Zilisch was crushing people in this TA2 class. And
For a couple of years.
Now, the guy's got a ride in the Cup Series. And I'm pissed off because he's my little indie band that's becoming the S, Freak Nation. Damn it. And I said, 6 months ago, guys? I said, come on, Trackhouse. Don't put him up in Cup Series. Let him beat the bejesus out of these punks in Xfinity Series for one more. Nah, son of a bitch gets a ride next year in the Cup Series.
You knew it the minute that they said Suarez would not be returning with the team. You knew the minute that was basically the official announcement.
That was Kenny called that, not literally everybody else on the internet and motorsports fan. None of us knew. Cole, you and I, when we saw this news, just were like, "Oh my God, wow!"
Yes. pretends to be shocked.
Yeah. So,
say it. It's
so congratulations, Kenny. You were the only one to think that back in the day. You called it.
Hey, like I said, when he was 17 years old, I said he's going to be the Cup Series by 2026. And Danica Patrick has never won a Cup race.
That's what I said. I said that.
Richie, you've got some great sound and video from
yes, I do.
Connor Zilisch and others regarding his move from Xfinity to the Cup Series. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, it's a great weekend for Connor Zilisch. He won a race. He didn't even finish. Which is, I think, maybe the most impressive thing to ever happen in motorsports. So you can win a race without actually crossing the finish line. And that's what happened to Connor Zilisch this weekend because, of course, he's recovering from his collarbone injury. So he did start the race on Saturday night in Daytona, but was relieved by Parker Kligerman, who, of course, now is full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity booth as a broadcaster. However, this week, Parker Kligerman was shocked to get a call from Dale Earnhardt Jr. to say, hey, you want to come drive for me this weekend? Here's Parker Kligerman after the race win from the 88 team on Saturday night.
I think I'd kind of made peace with that with the decision I made last year. And then when this came along, I think if it was anyone other than Dale Earnhardt Jr. calling me, I probably would have not done it. But, yeah, I think so. I don't think it wasn't like I didn't have this burning desire to jump in and try and run an Xfinity series. Plus, it's the best cars in the series right now. They're winning all these races with this guy it was really cool to hang out with him this week. I was making the joke all week, and I even saw people on Reddit, and my family said it to me, and they're like, it's going to be such a you thing to win and not have any credit for it and not be in the record books. And I was like, yep, that'll be me. And I was like, we're going to win. Just watch. And sure enough, there we are. But it's super cool, like I said, to be associated with Conor and Larson, who's won this car this year, and with Dale and this organization at Junior Motorsports. 9-year-old me would be absolutely exploding right now.
Yeah, he went on to say that he doesn't want the trophy from the weekend. He just wanted the checker flag. So he got the checker flag, and he went to go plant it in the Daytona infield in the grass, and the flag broke while he was doing that. I don't know if you guys saw that this weekend, but that was pretty funny too. Okay, so continuing on, Connor Zilisch, in appreciation of what Parker did on Saturday night, was joking in the press conference about giving him a gift if Connor Zilisch does indeed win the championship this year.
I was thinking of you the whole time.
Thanks.
I cannot let this guy down. He's going to go out. I've been saying this whole week. I was like, footnote in this guy's 19 Cup championships he has ahead of him.
If I win the championship, I guess I may have to get you a ring.
That's too much. Yeah. You'd be the first guy that I helped win a championship that gave me a ring. That's another story.
He did not disclose what that story is. Maybe we'll get that in a future podcast, etc. But so as the weekend for Connor Zilisch got even better because on Sunday, Trackhouse officially announced that he's going to be taking over in the Cup Series full time for Trackhouse. However, they did not announce what number he is going to drive next season, which is interesting. So. Speculation. Is he going to drive the 88? Is he going to drive the 87? Is he going to drive the 99? We don't know. We'll find out in a couple weeks. But I thought it was great during the press conference that Connor Zilisch got emotional talking about his journey to the Cup Series, and this is why Connor Zilisch is quickly becoming probably my favorite NASCAR driver amongst all three series.
You two believed in me before a lot of people did, and gave me this opportunity to be sitting here today and have the opportunity to make that jump to the Cup Series. So first of all, thank you to Eric and Justin. I was sitting in the Dick's parking lot across the street earlier today and just kind of reflecting on the last 15 years of my life and what's led to this moment and got me this point. And I never thought I would make it anywhere in racing. And sorry. And, my parents have been behind me since day one. Through every moment, the good, the bad. There were many times I questioned why I left school, left my friends to make this commitment to go to the Cup Series and try and chase a dream of racing in motorsports. And I never knew what was ahead of me. And there were times 5 years ago where I thought I was just going to go to college and live the life of a normal kid. And Kevin Harvick asked my dad, what's your plan with this kid? And my dad was like, well, he's going to race for, another year or two, and then he's going to go to college. And, Kevin told my dad, he's like, you can't do that. So, first of all, thank you to Kevin. There's a lot of people that have been a part of this journey.
Wearing your heart on your sleeve, granted, the guy is not old enough to drink, but wearing his heart on his sleeve like that will get him so much further than being an a-hole great driver.
Yep.
We know a lot of a-hole great drivers, but that right there makes Red Bull happy and every other freaking sponsor is clamoring for a spot on his race car and race cars. And again, Connor Zilisch, nothing but so stupid, sound like a freaking boomer. Sky's the limit. But, man, with this guy, holy smokes. Richie, you got one more?
Yeah, real quick. I will say about this, like, you watch that and you go, that's what we want from our motorsports personalities and drivers. More emotion. Act like a human being instead of William Byron, all these other guys who show up and you might as well just put a G-dang robot AI out there, right? So, again, another reason why Connor Zilisch is one of my faves. But you guys had Will Power on the show last week. You can check out that full interview on YouTube. And I was shocked to hear Will Power, IndyCar champion, IndyCar race winner, one of the great IndyCar drivers of all time, say this about the future of Connor Zilisch.
So Connor Zilisch was one that I thought that is America's next F1 guy. Like, I really did. I thought it was a pity. Like, I think that, you know, I don't know if he has a contract with Chevrolet, but that's your guy, man. That's your guy for that Cadillac F1 seat. Like, put him in open wheelers, put him in, you know, I guess you could do it through IndyCar, you could do it through Europe, but I think he is exceptional. It's just a guy. I actually raced karts with him, against him, but I just could see from the outset this guy is going to be very, very good. Like, that's the guy. That is, if you're going to back a guy, I think he's the one.
And Freak Nation, I want to continue that conversation. We have Christian Rasmussen coming up momentarily from his Milwaukee win. And then top of the show, I really want to dive deep into that, why this might be a mistake. Ooh. Not just for Connor Zilisch going to the Cup Series, but frankly, for the entire American fan base. This could be a disappointment. We'll talk about that. Christian Rasmussen coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
This freaking segment is brought to you by General Tires. General Tires delivers for hot summer treads. For more information on what tires fit your ride, go to GeneralTire.com. Performance, passenger, light truck, SUV, they got them at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. Again, GeneralTire.com to find the tire for your ride. General Tire, over 2 decades as the official tire of Speed Freaks.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
You're back with the Freaks, Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation, and it's awesome to get Christian Rasmussen here. Christian Rasmussen winning Milwaukee, my friend. Bottom line, we love Alex Palou. He's one of the greatest drivers on the planet. But it's cool to see a fresh face coming to the Freak Nation, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. If there's anyone you want to grab it away from, it would be him. So being able to do that today was pretty cool. Obviously, a huge day for me, huge day for the team, having their first win in a while. My first ever IndyCar win, and what a way to do it.
Freak Nation, Christian Rasmussen won in Milwaukee, joining us here in the Freak Nation, and Here's a geography question for you. Before you came over to the States, did you have any idea where Milwaukee, Wisconsin was?
Sure.
That is convincing.
You had no idea where it was, dude.
No, no. I don't think it was. It was not on my map ahead of my my traveling and starting racing in the U.S. No, I will have to admit.
His name, Freak Nation, Christian Rasmussen, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Christian, when you look at your win today, the way you put your balls out there to pass on the outside, to pass on the inside, you didn't have a definitive line to win this race. Was this something that was calculated? Did you come up with this on your own?
No, I think we did what we have done very well all year. I think is driving wherever the car in front of you are not. You know, getting that clean air on your wings has been super important, and that's how we've been able to do as well as we have this year. So that was no different this race weekend. It was, like you said, both the low line to kind of start the race, and then later in the race it kind of moved up towards the high line. So.
But when did you catch wind of the tire strategy that you guys were going to use, and you knew that Pelot did not come in? And when did you guys decide, yep, we're going with this group, we're getting new tires, and we absolutely will be able to pass for the lead?
I don't know if you ever know that you will have the opportunity to do that. But we were talking even before the race weekend, or not even before the race, but before the race, that if there is an possibility to make a pit stop late in the race under a caution or whatever that can give you a tire advantage, I think it's worth taking. We were talking about that even before the race, just because the tire degradation in this race has been more than what we've seen in the last couple of races, which just makes that strategy way more interesting. It was planned out. You obviously never know that you're going to get that opportunity, if you're going to get it or not. But we did, and we did exactly to plan, and it worked out.
I like your choice of words, which makes it way more interesting. You alone were way more interesting for the latter part of this race. And it's not like it was just you that came in to get on new rubbers. It was a slew of drivers, yet you were the one that capitalized the best. What was that about you that separated you from the rest of the pack?
Yeah, I think just being able to pass people has been the difference all year. You know, it was the same thing at St. Louis, where we got our first podium. We didn't necessarily have the fastest car, and I don't necessarily think we had the fastest car today either. But we were the best in traffic, best at passing people, and ultimately that's what made the difference.
Well, you are obviously showing that ovals are, you pretty much like ovals. You're showing that right. If we can't, it's a little bit, huh? Because, the common theme there, St. Louis and, of course, Milwaukee. But what is it about ovals you think that have been so much easier to adapt to versus maybe some road courses?
I don't know if it's been easier necessarily. I think it just suits my way of driving very well. I just enjoy ovals in general. I enjoy obviously also road and street circuits, but the racing on ovals, I've also said this before, I find really fun, to be honest. And being able to be side by side for laps at a time, you don't really see that anywhere else. It's a thing that I really like and obviously have done well at this year.
Mm-hmm. Freak Nation, Christian Rasmussen winning Milwaukee for the IndyCar Series, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And I've asked drivers from Europe, drivers not from the U.S., are ovals kind of like Americana? Driving an oval, racing an oval is like, yep, that's America. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, it is. You know, I don't think there is ovals anywhere else that I know of being raced. So I'm a little bit of a different case in terms of all the other European drivers. I did all of my open wheel junior categories in the States. You know, I came over here in 2018. I did 2 years of USF 2000, a year of Indy Pro 2000, 2 years of Indy Next. So I came up and did ovals all of that time. So ovals is nothing new to me. I've been doing ovals since I think 2019 was my first year I did an oval. So I have some decent amount of experience and knows what it takes and knows how to do well and not to do well, and what you can do not to do well on ovals. So
you are pretty much the poster boy for how the feeder system works. You've won at every level. You graduated each time to the next level. I mean, please tell me you'll stay in IndyCar, though. I mean, I know there's a lot going on. There's several more years to go in your future, but it's just awesome to see the success story. People have been clamoring for something like this in a consistent way. That is you, Christian Rasmussen.
Yeah, it's amazing because I would never have even gotten the opportunity to race an IndyCar without coming through the ladder system. My parents I'm out of a very regular family. My mom's a hairdresser. My dad owns a small car dealership. So it was never really in the cards for us to go racing because we simply just couldn't afford it. So through having some great investors on both the Danish side and the American side that we've kind of built through time and time again, and then having the scholarships to kind of move us up each step has been detrimental for my career. I wouldn't be here today without them. So.
Wow. Christian Rasmussen joining us here in the Freak Nation. And again, for Ed Carpenter Racing, this is absolutely huge, winning Milwaukee. And let's be honest, Christian, I'm happy to have you in the Freak Nation for the very first time, not because of a conflict with Connor Daly. Have you guys gotten over that yet, damn it?
I'm way past that, to be honest. I'm way past that. I spoke to Conor before the race. First time I spoke to him this weekend, which obviously I think he's maybe a little bit sour still, which is what it is. But no, I think that was last week's news. I'm already on thinking about Nashville.
Short memories. That's the best way to be a good driver. Yes.
Hey, a personal note. What's the best G-Dam beer that comes out of Copenhagen?
Carlsberg Pilsner.
Yeah. But it just tastes different in Denmark. It just tastes different in Denmark than it does here in the States, though, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let him go get some or something.
Are you going to get hammered like a good Denmark dude would?
I'm driving home as soon as I can.
Well, buddy, I hope this isn't the last time you come in here, man. We know Ed, we know him well, and we're over the freaking moon, as the old guys would say, for this. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Freak Nation, Christian Rasmussen and Connor Zilisch. Here's one for you. They teamed up last year, LMP2 class, Daytona 24-hour. What'd they do? They beat the bejesus out of everybody else and won the Daytona 24-hour in the LMP2 class. Speaking of, I think it's a huge disappointment to American race fans that Connor Zilisch will not be going to Formula One. And you may think that's kind of outrageous to feel that way, but when one of the greatest open-wheel drivers ever says he's a little surprised he's not going to Formula One, then I got a little ammo, a little backup there. We'll talk about that. Coming up next hour, also Sarah Fisher, one of the most badass women to ever wheel a sprint car and an Indy car. She'll be joining us. And Ross Chastain, big second hour coming up. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, Flair tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, a big second hour coming up. Sarah Fisher, one of the most badass pilots, not just a woman, to ever come out of open wheel, sprint car, IndyCar. She'll be joining us this hour. Some news about her husband, and her son, 11-year-old son, Danny O'Gara. I will share that with you coming up, Freak Nation. What, Crasher? How do you say it?
O'Gara.
O'Gara.
Do you want to say Danny on Gaius? Is that what keeps wanting to roll out of your mouth?
That is.
O'Gara.
Well, at least I'm in the same, zip code with Angias, right?
Well, in the same series, yeah.
Thank you. That's what the hell I meant. Anyway, okay. Sarah Fisher talking about her son, Danny O'Gara, joining us here in the Freak Nation.
There it is.
Also coming up, Ross Chastain will be here in the Freak Nation, talking about rolling around in some freaking jockeys. We'll talk about that. And as I said at the top of the show, Freak Nation, we lost a freaking giant Saturday in Forrest Lucas, the namesake for Lucas Oil, the namesake for Lucas Oil Stadium, the namesake for Lucas Oil on the patch for the Indiana Pacers. I could go on and on. Lucas Oil Speedway, Lucas Oil Raceway. Forrest Lucas lost his life Saturday, and we would not be sitting here. I promise you, we would not be sitting here. You would not be sitting there, standing there, whatever you're doing, enjoying the Freak Nation for 25 years if it wasn't for Forrest Lucas. And we will salute that man coming up as we end this show tonight. Be sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the website, speedfreaks.tv. Last hour, we talked a little bit about this. Cole, Richie, Crasher, about Connor Zilisch was endorsed by one of the greatest open-wheel drivers ever in Will Power, right?
Yep.
Not necessarily for, hey, man, let's move this guy right into Cup. But when we were talking to Will Power and he said this, the light just went off it's one of those duh moments. Or as, Bart Simpson goes, duh. Homer, sorry. It was one of those, no S. Cadillac, as American as it can be, going into Formula One, not with an American driver that has a shot. Here's Will Power. Do we have that ready to play the Will Power audio again? Will Power talking. He dropped this out there, and it's just, holy smokes. Will Power talking about Connor Zilisch before Connor Zilisch committed to Cup over the weekend.
So Connor Zilisch was one that I thought that is America's next F1 guy. Like, I really did. I thought it was a pity. Like, I think that, you know, I don't know if he has a contract with Chevrolet, but that's your guy, man. That's your guy for that Cadillac F1 seat. Like, put him in open wheelers, put him in, you know, I guess you could do it through IndyCar, you could do it through Europe, but I think he is exceptional. It's just a guy. I actually raced karts with him, against him, but I just could see from the outset this guy is going to be very, very good. Like, that's the guy. That is, if you're going to back a guy, I think he's the one.
Cole, Richie, what endorsement do you need for that, other than Will Power saying he's your guy?
I'm going to say F1 does not deserve Connor Zilisch. Plain and simple. You guys all noted it in his press conference for going to Cup racing. He wears his heart in his sleeve. He has a lot of emotion. He's one of the most genuine people. Forget NASCAR, forget motorsports. I think in all sports. You guys have been talking to him since he was like a teenager.
Right. Still a teenager.
Exactly. F1, in my opinion, is made up of prima donnas who live for drama and have high school clique mentalities. I think Connor Zilisch is better than F1. I think NASCAR deserves Connor Zilisch. He deserves to be in NASCAR, plain and simple. Mic drop.
Start on a 4-shot and let Richie rant for about 30 seconds.
Let's hear it.
He's not wrong. I can't disagree with you, Cole. But I was like, when you guys asked Alex Palou about the F1 thing earlier this year, he was like, "No, I'm an IndyCar driver."
Yep.
And I think that's how it should be for a lot of these big time motorsports. Like, Connor Zilisch doesn't need F1. He's too good. Why does F1 have to be the peak of motorsports for so many people?
Good question.
And it doesn't have to be that way, right? Connor Zilisch started out in kart racing, like Will Power said, but most of his experience is in sports cars and in stock cars, and that's where he's cut his teeth over the last few years. So Connor Zilisch does not need to go to F1 to prove himself that he's a great driver, right? Like, I would rather, like, it's never, hey, Max, hey, Fernando, hey, Lewis, come over here. Come try NASCAR. Come try stock cars and see how you fare in that. It's the other way around, and I wish there was a little bit less of that. By the way, it's Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez are the two drivers who are likely to be the first drivers for Cadillac F1 next year. So Connor Zilisch doesn't need F1, man. He doesn't. Stay in NASCAR, dude.
But like you just said, is it a mistake for an American team? This is essentially the Andretti team, Cadillac F1, to not have an American driver. It's like there were, 20-some-odd years ago when Scott Speed was going for it, Alexander Rossi was going for it, and they just could never get on great teams. A successful American driver with a successful Formula One team hasn't happened in decades, and that's a shame. That's a shame. Well, it says something about F1 and the clique mentality and just so much else there, but it also just says something about why. Why do you have to be so exclusionary and leaving out Americans?
I second everything that Cole Contradiction Cusimano said.
Damn.
I've been saying that not as eloquently for the last 25 years, but everything he said I agree with. And why waste a talent like Connor Zilisch, homegrown Americana, on an attitudinal-driven sport like Formula One? But let me back off just a second. I hammered John C. Kernan, who was the host of ESPN's RPM Tonight back in 1942, wearing pink shirts when he dropped the term xenophobe. This has nothing to do with xenophobia. This has everything to do with a country that has 3 Formula One races within its borders, yet the only American presence that we have at the tracks themselves, we don't have anyone in a race car running in Formula One. We're going to have again, here's my third or fourth time, Americana born and bred Cadillac power plant. So why not? Why not invest? I'm going to tell you why not. Because who wants to go over there, hello Toyota, and be a freaking back market for 3 or 4 years as they try and figure things out and throw all kinds of money to get their ass handed to them and not score a point for 3 years? No, I don't want Connor Zilisch to go over there. But if there was ever a driver to go over there and represent this country, we would know Connor Zilisch gave it everything he could, unlike some other individuals. So I'm a little conflicted. I'm not a Formula One fan. Okay, the technology I'm a fan of, all right? The series itself, not necessarily. Richie, is Cadillac really going to bring more eyeballs? If there is a Spanish, Mexican, Latino, European driver in that seat, is the fact that it's badged Cadillac and that freaking cool-ass pimps drove Cadillacs in the 60s, is that going to be the ticket that punches more American eyeballs to watch that series? No, Richie.
No,
it's not.
Because they're going to be around 21st and 22nd all season. So.
All right.
I think that's honestly what turns a lot of American drivers off. Like, all these guys are competitive. They don't want to show up in Formula One and run as back markers.
Right.
You know?
Wasting your best years.
Yeah.
The pressure, it's not, I don't think it as much as it was, but the pressure, because it's 2025 and it was 2015, the pressure on Formula One drivers was a little bit different than it is now. It's not as much as far as I feel. But good on you, Connor Zilisch, for not listening to Will Power. But if there was ever a freaking driver crasher, it would be Connor Zilisch to go over there in that American badged production car with Cadillac.
Never say never.
Right.
Because maybe there is some sort of a waiting pattern going on with some American drivers. Maybe Conor, maybe Colton Herta. Let the Cadillac brand, let them have some experience for a couple of years, and then we'll bring the hardy American driver on over.
Yeah, let a former backmarker Formula One driver get in there and knock out the dust of General Motors, Cadillac, and then bring somebody over there and actually drive a freaking race car.
Ain't that the truth? Real quick,
Right?
I don't know how much time we have in the segment, but what do you guys think? Is Connor Zilisch going to be able to succeed next year? Like, is he a guy that is going to be a playoff driver in his rookie season?
How much time you got?
Well, I don't want you to hog all that answer, Cole. You got 15 seconds for you. Go.
Oh, there's no way I could do that. In short, yes, he's going to be competitive. I have other stats here that we can get to if we have time later on.
Save it for Wednesday. We can talk about it Wednesday.
Okay. That's a Wednesday topic. Horsepower Hump Day.
I don't think it's a guarantee, Richie, but I think if there was a driver out there that is going to be successful, he's in the line of drivers that could hop in anything. Okay, a stock car. I don't know what he can do on dirt. I don't know what he can do in a sprint car on tarmac. I don't know, but I know what he's done in Trans Am class, sports cars, karts, all of that. And he freaking wins, Freak Nation. We're lucky to have that bastard here in the States. As humble as he is, man, it is fan-freaking-tastic to have him here. And I saw him first. Don't you forget, man. My little indie band, Connor Zilisch. Freak Nation, her name is, are we doing Sarah or Ross next? Sarah Fisher.
Might as well stay.
Yeah, let's
Ross.
Let's go Ross. Ross Chastain. We caught up with him earlier. We have so many things to talk about. Dude wasn't even familiar with the schedule when it came out. Dude likes to roll around in jockey underwear. Yeah, it's full-on freak with Ross Chastain next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001. This freaking segment is brought to you by our friends at Lucas Oil. Now, what automobile do you have in the garage? I bet Lucas Oil could keep that thing fat and happy and on the road. From everyday car care, heavy-duty trucking to agriculture, hot rods, classic cars, motorcycles, and marine, Lucas Oil has what you need to keep those engines, interiors, and exteriors looking like and running like they're supposed to be. For more information, go to the website, lucasoil.com, and find the perfect Lucas Oil product. Keep your rides on the road.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This segment brought to you by good friends at Lucas Oil. For everything inside your engine, outside your engine, Lucas Oil has the product. Do yourself a favor, Freak Nation. Go to lucasoil.com. Lucas Oil, proud partners for the Freaks for 25 years. Ross Chastain, NASCAR Cup Series pilot. In the playoffs, by the way. He was here in Phoenix earlier this week. We caught up with him, spent a good 15, 20 minutes with the guy. The full interview is up at Official Speed Freaks on our YouTube page. But here's a good 10 minutes with Ross Chastain. We talk all things NASCAR. Well, no, we don't. We talk about running around in jockey underwear, how much he didn't know about the schedule when it came out. It's fantastic. Ross Chastain, now, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So it's another visit in the Freak Nation. Ross Chastain, he was in here last time promoting the Worldwide Technology Race. Now he's here at Phoenix promoting this race. You must be one hell of a promoter, man, like P.T. Barnum. And they say, let's get Ross out there. He punches tickets.
I don't say no. I'm a yes man. So, look, it's self-centered. It's selfish. I want to promote my race coming up, and we'll be back here in about 11 weeks.
There's money on the line, too, from NASCAR, right? So are you and Joey Logano, like, at it? Who's going to get the most, I forget what you guys call it, the incentive program to be able to get the sport out there?
Well, yeah, they've made it worth our while, and Joey and I are drafting towards the front of the pack for sure. We're competitors through and through.
You and teammate Suarez are out here. Curious how you guys battle for the best seat on the plane. Is it the dude who finished ahead of the other dude, or is it like, let's give it to the American?
No, it's we actually don't even sit close to each other. I tend to go to the back of the plane, and he's right up front. So the front of the plane on our planes, it's really cold, and I don't like to be cold, so I'm going to the back. Plus, that's where you learn all the good stuff. It's like the back of the bus as a kid. Like, that back row was like, if you could get that seat, I usually would get it, and then I'd get kicked out of it.
But who's giving you those stories? I mean, who's asking you to say, dude, let's light up here in the back?
It's our crew members. The mechanics, not the pit crew, not the athletes as much. I mean, they're loud, but they don't follow through. The mechanics in NASCAR is where the good stories are.
Okay, I just want to see the Ross Chastain as a kid on the bus. You were in the back row, and were you like jump in to make the big hits?
Well, I would try to get in the back row, but then the bigger kids would come and move me like one or two forward. And I have a memory of my little brother Chad. He came home and he said a bad word one day, and my mom got on to him, and where did you learn this? And he said the back of the bus. So that's always been our mentality. Like, if you say something wrong or bad, it's like, I learned that on the back of the bus.
I want to bring up Chad. I'm glad you brought him up real quick, because your family's in the middle of farmer season right now. How often do they get out? It's your playoff time. It's your biggest time. How often do they get out to see you in this busy time of the year?
Yeah, so we grow and work with other family farms year-round to sell watermelons. So Chad's in Missouri with his wife Lacey and their dog Hammy, helping Bob Stewart, a farmer that we work with, grow and Chad's helping him harvest his crop. So we've got farmers harvesting it down in Kentucky and Indiana, and then over in Delaware and Maryland. So we're spread out right now. The family's in a lot of different places and working with a lot of other great families that we've worked with for a long time. So Chad's off, not at the racetrack these days. He's off managing that farm and helping Bob get his crop out to grocery stores in the Midwest.
You touched on them being in Missouri. Chris Blair put something out, of course, the general manager of Worldwide Technology Raceway, put something out on Twitter, I believe earlier this week, that there's going to be a surprise with watermelons. Let us know.
I'm not telling on our surprise. Worldwide Technology Raceway is something that, one, the work they've done to get a cup race and now be in the playoffs is incredible. And I wanted to lean in and help them. And so with us moving that way, this is our first year growing a crop out in Missouri. The track has been instrumental in helping us grow in that area. And through racing, we've curated watermelon sales out there. So it's blending all of the things in my life together with racing and watermelons. And the racetrack's been really big on that. So we're going to have some fun with watermelons on race weekend.
Hold on. For people who are not yet into racing, did you hear what he just said? Through racing, we are helping the sales of watermelon. That's what your company can do, too. I'm tired of people saying sponsors don't get it. This is how you get it. Ross Chastain.
Well, if I can ever tie it together, I want to. And yeah, we work hard for our sponsors. I mean, I'm ready to have a beer when this interview's over. If it's almost, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Matt Hagan, 4-time NHRA Funny Car champion, is a farmer first. Then he's a race car driver. Are you still a farmer first, then a race car driver? And then the second question is, he can't wait to get back on the farm because he's able to lose it, get away from it all. Do you look forward to getting back on the farm to throw fruit around?
Yeah, in December more in the off season. I'll be honest. I'm a racer. I have to wake up and focus on what makes my car go fast on Sunday because I can't contribute to the farm if I'm not promoting agriculture and watermelons. So the goal every day, the first thing is speed on Sunday, and then after that comes watermelons. And I've found a good balance. I mean, I've been in the sport since 2011. I've lived in North Carolina since I was 19 years old. So at 32 now, I've had a couple of years to learn it and see what works and what doesn't, how to blend it all together, and we're getting better at it.
We're on our 25th anniversary this year, and the date you just gave me is like, holy crap. And you see you're 32. I remember when you were 20, or when you first came on the scene. This is crazy. We asked you about the schedule, and I was kind of taken aback by it. We said, I really haven't looked at it too much. Are you honest about that? Isn't that like the first thing you want to see is the schedule? When I have my days off, and when's my favorite track coming up?
They had us up at 4:15 this morning here, and on camera at 5:15. So forgive me for not digging into social media yet. They just released the thing. Yeah, look, I've seen some hypothetical schedules, so I have a working knowledge, and I saw like the trucks are going to St. Pete for the Fox stuff with IndyCar, and and everything, and our All-Star race being at Dover. That's going to be neat, but nope, that's next year's problem. I got a lot of stuff to work on this year. I still got to figure out where I'm going next week.
NASCAR, and I've said this over the last 10, 12 years, they've really done their best to bring this sport to the forefront and to innovate. Sometimes they've gotten it wrong. A lot of times they get it right. And this San Diego race, we're hoping it's just right because of the exposure that it brings. And it's just different. These big, luggy stock cars in San Diego running down there. You've run your share of tracks. Does this excite you going into a market like that?
It does for my patriotism and how proud I am to be an American citizen and what our military, what they fight for and defend our freedoms. And that we do pretty good at our patriotism and showing it, but this is going to be a whole nother level when we're there on the base. So, excited to see and hear from more military members across the country, between now and then of their excitement, and then see it and feel it when we're there that weekend. Really excited about it. I have no idea what the track layout is, so don't ask me that either. I don't even know. I definitely don't know the date that we're racing there, and I even more don't know which way the track's going to go yet.
What state is San Diego in? Jesus, man.
I'm going to ask Shane. SVG's going to know the best. I'm just going to follow him.
Are you fully aware, though, of what next summer is? I mean, like you said, NASCAR is amazing at celebrating patriotism and USA this and that. Next summer, though, the entire country is celebrating its 250th birthday. You guys in Charlotte to kick that off. The Brickyard in July wants to have a big festival of sorts as well. Plus, you got San Diego in the middle of that, plus 4th of July. Are you ready for that? You guys in Busch, you guys are going to have amazing schemes and tributes throughout the summer. Has that hit yet?
No. You're bringing it up for the first time. Clearly, I don't plan this kind of stuff out. No, yeah, I mean it's a great time to be in NASCAR. It's a great time to be, I hear about the good old days, and I believe we're living in the good old days. I think we're going to look back at this time in the world and in our sport, and I'm so happy that I'm here right now.
I'm so glad you brought that up because, my goodness, the fan base just can't be satisfied no matter what. Bad playoffs, bad car. But what we're seeing, though, is because of the competition being so tight, you got to show up. The cream has to rise. These are a different sort of good old days.
Yeah, it really is. I know I'm happy to be here right now, and I wouldn't have made it in the past, and I don't know what the future is, but it's a good time to be in the sport and in America right now.
What do you mean you wouldn't have made it in the past? You would have been fine.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would have adapted to anything, but I just know it's pretty dang good right now.
Are you wearing Jockeys?
You darn right I am. Come on, what kind of question is that?
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
I've got a pair of mini jockeys on our camera bag somewhere that I can't get out of an airport going, what is that? It's a pair of jockeys. Don't you recognize it? And they're purple. Did
you see my suit at Richmond this past weekend? It had the briefs on the outside. It's quite the look.
That's where I'm going with this. Do they open the door and go, Ross, you're wearing this? Or do they say, hey, buddy, here's 3 or 4 different examples of what you can choose from. Do you get a choice of what you're going to wear, whether it's jockey or another partner like Busch?
Yeah, I get a say. I rarely say no, and I didn't say no to any of the jockey stuff, any of this stuff. I love it. If a brand as iconic as Jockey, that's been around as long as they have and have done as much as they have, wants to use me to market their product in a fun way, I'm all for it. So, yeah, would I ever wear my underwear on the outside of my fire suit? No, it's silly, but we can't take ourselves too serious. We're selling underwear and socks here, okay? Let alone they're the best. It's still underwear and socks, and we're having fun with it.
Told you like it. Ross Chastain here in the Freak Nation. Coming up next, Sarah Fisher and her 11-year-old son making a whole lot of noise. A couple of badass open-wheelers. Next, SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
This freaking segment is brought to you by General Tires. General Tires delivers for hot summer treads. For more information on what tires fit your ride, go to GeneralTire.com. Performance, passenger, light truck, SUV, they got them at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. Again, GeneralTire.com to find the tire for your ride. General Tire, over 2 decades as the official tire of Speed Freaks.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Thank you, General Tires, for making this thing possible. Go to GeneralTire.com to check out tires for all of your rides. Minivan to F-150, sports car to that Mustang, that 67 Mustang. Man, they got them for you. Go to GeneralTire.com. Sarah Fisher, former IndyCar Series pilot. She's just a badass, man. An entrepreneur. And the mother of an 11-year-old that's making a whole lot of noise in karting and Formula Series. By the way, she was 19 years old when she qualified for the Indy 500, the youngest woman ever to do that. It's Sarah Fisher and her son Danny right now. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So Danny O'Gara and Sarah Fisher joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Danny, out of the gate, why not take the famous name Fisher as your last name? Why are you going with O'Gara? You got to explain yourself that Sarah Fisher's your mom, dude. If you had Fisher, they'd go, are you Sarah Fisher's son?
I still do get asked that question a ton. Oh, it's okay.
Well, that's traditional, right? So when you get married, you go with the last name. And O'Gara is actually a pretty big name in the IndyCar world, from the paddock forward. So to take the O'Gara name and all the work that they've done, and then have Danny there because he has a lot of Irish heritage. I think it's 4th generation straight from Ireland. So that was important to me. Yeah, more important to me too.
Danny, you talk about people asking you about your mom. My daughter is 6 months older than you, and the only advice she takes from me, nothing. How do you take advice? How do you take advice from your mom? She's a badass. She's had all kinds of records in IndyCar and world karting and all of that. How do you take it, or do you take advice from mom? And if you do, what kind of advice do you take from her?
She's been helping with me with Bowling Green, Kentucky this weekend. Just been getting our video every session, and then teaching me what lines to do and where to pick up my throttle and stuff, all over.
Well, and Crasher, I know you want to get in on this. Danny, what I mean specifically is I'm a former soccer player, played college ball through college. Yeah, hey, how's it going? And my daughter's a pretty damn good soccer player, playing club soccer. But I mean, both of you guys can answer this. But Danny, when I'm talking to Henley about certain moves or certain, just like Sarah talks about certain portions of the turn to hit, when to let off it and all that, I'm trying to tell this to my daughter, 11 years old. It's like, really? Dad, I'm already 6 months ahead of that. Or coach says to do this. She's just giving me a bunch of damn lip, man.
I've been struggling actually this weekend, but I'm glad that she was there. She helped me throughout each session at the top of the marks from the back of the field. We've had that many times. She helped me through, people were coaching me as well, basically like the coach. We had that. And then we came back to our camper, and then she just put the car in and was like, okay.
But I don't know about listening about the cleaning of the room situation. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But he's still 11, right? So there's still a lot of kid things that we do, and that's what's cool though. He has some really great friends from where he was in traditional school last year. And then this year we switched to being a virtual school. So it's given us the opportunity to learn more about sharing that online with his friends and his teachers and people that have started following him, whether it's, new knowledge of racing and karting and now rear engine cars or coming from where I was and following our family along.
But Sarah, does that put added pressure on you? You've got businesses that you're running. You are now helping to school, not just in automotive, but also in academics with Danny. That is a lot to be so closely intertwined with each other and not get at each other's throats.
It's not bad. We've found a really good, I think, balance of that. And racing is really important to him. So, when it's time to listen to mom and dad, Andy does a really great job of communicating with him too and helping him as well, like he did myself when I was driving. But we also have a driver coach. We're not too confident in ourselves and our knowledge that we reach out and have someone come in and help. So Victor Franzosi with driver development has helped our USF team with Vian Bossoff quite a bit this year. So they're going to help Danny with the next couple outings here with the Lucas Oil School. So we're excited about that. And we know that it's sometimes a lot better when it comes from the coach instead of mom and dad. So regardless of where we're at in our racing world, when that's needed, we're not afraid to step up to that.
Danny, is that true? That sometimes it's just a little easier to take it from an outside source, not mom and dad?
Just a little true. My dad did help me a lot, though. Well, they both did help me a lot this weekend.
You really do appreciate it. You know what you've got, and that's so incredibly valuable. Both of their heads communicating to you.
Sometimes, yeah. They do help me a lot. Like, they teach me a lot from one spot, from moving up from karting, going all the way up to rear engine cars. My dad did do a little bit of karting, a little bit of midgets, so he's teaching me throughout Formula cars, midgets, and karting.
And working on the cars too. Danny goes with us to all the races, right? So being virtual has allowed him to travel with the race team. And when we're on the road with the USF program, our crew chief there and mechanics there, they love having Danny jump in and changing tires and being a part of the program universally, whether it's driving or just, getting your hands dirty and understanding how the cars work. That's so important. And so we're we're grateful and thankful to be able to allow him to be a part of that.
That is invaluable. Yes, Danny, I don't know if you can fully comprehend that right now, but drivers like a Will Power or a Scott Dixon or Scott McLaughlin, they do spend time with their guys. They do spend time to see what's really going on. What are the little intricacies that make the car change so infinitely? And yeah, you're getting that experience now. It's all this stuff is just going to be put into your mind that you can remember, maybe bring it back 10 years from now. That is just key. Do you feel that now, or are you just enjoying yourself and just kind of like, all right, I can sweep the floors or nut a bolt? I mean, what do you think? What's your experience of all of this with the guys?
I just do whatever I can to help them. We've been struggling with our positions in USF, but I know we're going to get it down next year.
Well, more importantly, and if the story's still true, Danny, did your mom tell you about running over your father's foot or leg one time in the pits?
Oh, no. Look at him.
You had to have heard that story.
I've never heard that story.
Your dad's the only person I've really run over in pit lane. You've heard this? No? Okay. Well, that's a little bit of an explanation. I know we've heard that.
No, Sarah, you've got thousands of people watching you now. You've got to share that story. I teed it up for you. Please tell the Freak Nation the story, and Danny can learn while we're at it.
Well, you know, you get hot-headed, and that's why we tell you always got to just kind of take the woo-saw path and calm yourself down. Otherwise, you drive without, you don't drive educated. You drive like with the deep passion of being angry. And instead, I did that deep passion of being angry one day when I was having a horrible race at Fontana, California, in an IndyCar, and it goes from blacktop to concrete. And when I slid on the concrete for the pit stop, I didn't stop so well. and Andy and our fueler at the time, the fueler got a little clipped, but Andy really got the brunt of the car. And then, so everybody always teases us that he didn't take me out for a good dinner the night before, that he should have gone steak instead of pizza. But then I say, well, he's the only one that I've hit, and so I just had to marry him as a result of that.
It's hilarious. I mean, the marriage stories, and Danny is just, I know this is a little bit, adults talking here, but the marriage stories, Kenny and I, we have this show together, Speed Freaks. He fired me about 6 weeks into the gig, and here we are 25 years later. So stuff happens. The trials and tribulations of pit lane. It's a lengthy series.
But I'm not trying to run over my spouse with a freaking
Stop it.
car, man.
Yeah, you also can't drive a race car.
I just tried to fire you from the show. I didn't try to break your freaking ankle like Sarah did.
Well, everyone questions how, because Andy and I work together with the companies that we own, the fab shops, and some of the karting stuff, more importantly, the fab shops now, because that pays for a lot of stuff outside of a sponsorship. But they really challenge, like, how do you work together so well? And it's just the passion for the sport, and the things that we do all revolves around motorsports one way or another. And we're just really lucky to be able to have that opportunity and to be able to take it on the road and go do these rear engine experiences with our son at 11. And just thankful for all the support to be able to do that.
Freak Nation, Sarah Fisher, former IndyCar pilot, the youngest female to ever make the Indy 500, and her son, Danny O'Gara, joining us here in the Freak Nation. Danny, you're running, you're talking about the rear engine car. To get there, you've got to go through different formats to be able to do that. What are your goals, Danny? What do you want to do once you're of age, when you're a teenager? How do you want to move into that next big series?
I want to go through Road to Indy with USF 2000, USF Pro, and move on to Indy Lights and Indy.
Dude, what if McLaren calls you and says, bro, we want to shoot you through our youth program so you can run Formula One here in about 7 years?
I would take it.
Go get him, boy.
Freak Nation, the full Sarah Fisher, Danny O'Gara interview is up on our YouTube page at Official Speed Freaks. Coming up next, we salute a freaking giant, and he's the reason I'm sitting here. It's next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
This freaking segment is brought to you by General Tires. General Tires delivers for hot summer treads. For more information on what tires fit your ride, go to GeneralTire.com. Performance, passenger, light truck, SUV, they got them at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. Again, GeneralTire.com to find the tire for your ride. General Tire, over 2 decades as the official tire of Speed Freaks.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, what a show, man. This segment brought to you by good friends, of course, from Lucas Oil, lucasoil.com, and frankly, Forrest Lucas brings you this segment. Forrest Lucas, the namesake for Lucas Oil, died on Saturday and rocked our world and hundreds of thousands of other people, I would say as well, because of really what he meant to not just motorsports, but to sports and to people across the planet. And Forrest Lucas was the first person I dealt with Lucas Oil. I sat in his office and hammered out proposals with him, and he was a grinder when it came to Speed Freaks. Man, he would hammer me and grind me on this and that. I don't need to necessarily get into all the intricacies, but when I found out that we lost Forrest Lucas on Saturday, it rocked my world, along with a lot of other people's, including Crasher. I've got a good 4 or 5 minutes of just some highlights that we've had with Forrest over the years, including how he got his CB name, and of course, Forrest Lucas sitting in the stands at the 2008 Chili Bowl as Lucas Oil broadcast the Chili Bowl Nationals live that year. It's Forrest Lucas right here in the Lucas Oil Studios. Were you actually selling oil out of the back, or at least giving away oil in the back of an 18-wheeler before you put Lucas Oil on a bottle? How did this whole thing literally start from the man who started Lucas Oil?
Well, I did. I had a truck before I started out using making the oil for my own trucks. But yeah, I sold some out of the back of the truck. I delivered a lot of like that. No problem at all. For sure did.
So did you stop at truck stop saying this is the oil that's going to keep your rigs on the road much longer than the other stuff that's on the shelf?
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I did. And because it was true. I did a lot of testing and stuff, made sure everything was what I said it was going to be. There was no sense in making it if it wasn't going to make it better. I was trying other stuff and it wasn't good enough. So I blundered onto some additive that nobody else has still ever blundered onto. And then plus the fact I knew what the problems were with vehicles, how much they needed. I could easily put in the right amount. The trucking industry, there was a lot of magazines out at the time. We had CB radios that just come out. They were very popular. So I was able to get the word out to everybody, and the other truck drivers go down the road talking about, hey, I just put the stuff in there and Lucas Oil, and I'm gained 20 pounds of oil pressure, which was huge back then. And I had the fuel treatment already made too. Mm-hmm. So we, my own trucks, I went up from 4.5 miles per gallon, which is what most trucks got back then, up to 5 miles per gallon. And
What was your CB name, Forrest Lucas? Your CB, if you were telling people on the CB what to put in their engines, that Lucas Oil was the bomb, what was your CB name? How did you call to them?
Alcoholic.
What?
Nobody else used the name alcoholic. All the other good names, dozens of people been using. I was up one time. I was calling myself an alcoholic because not that I was an alcoholic, just that it's a different name.
And it's a little bit catchy, I'd have to say.
Yeah. It's a joke, but it's got a lot of laughs.
Yes.
Breaking 19. It's the alcoholic. Got some bears in there, but I got some Lucas Oil transmission fix over here in exit 43 off of 95, eh? Right?
You must have done this before.
Forrest, I'm old enough. I had a CB in my Gremlin, bro. My name was Soccer Kid. Soccer Kid, breaker 1313. We got a couple of bummers up in the air. Look at those trucks flying by. We must have some smokies behind them about a mile back. Come on.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. You can do it. Good job. You're a natural. We're in radio now, man.
What I'm getting at is it shocked us all when we had your old man on. We found out his CB name. Do you know what your dad's CB name was?
Actually, because of you guys, I found out.
What, the man who probably has the best seat in the house is Forrest Lucas. No, he's not up in a suite. He's not up, with the wine and cheese people. He's down here with the fans off turn 4. Forrest, is this the e-ticket seat for the race fans?
I'm sitting here with a bunch of friends, a bunch of our Team Lucas sponsors, just listening to everybody having a good time. I love to see other people have a good time. This is it right here for me.
When you look at the race fan in general, that's the kind of group that always migrates toward your product because it's for the average race fans, for the average guy. And you look around here, and this is Americana at its finest.
This is, you're exactly right. These are my people. They're the do-it-yourselfers that buy our product. And I got to tell you, we want to bring dirt track racing to another level. It's much better than people think it is. There's a lot of, anybody can go find a dirt track within an easy drive to their house, and they need to go out and watch it. As much fun as it is here tonight on television, it's a lot better for real.
You could be sitting up in a suite high atop the grandstands here, but you're in the stands with all the fans. Now, for the folks at home, we've been trying to tell them all night about the Chili Bowl experience. Now, from your perspective, here in row 5, turn 4, what are they missing by not being here?
Well, you just, television can't do it justice. The color, the fans having a good time. This is an experience. It's not just a race. The fans up here are having a great time. It's not. You'd probably think inside here it'd be really smoky and nasty, but it's not. It's very nice in here. But I'm having a great time myself. It's just, you just can't describe it in words. There's all the wrecks, the passing, that you can see the whole thing from right here. It's terrific. There's nothing like the Chili Bowl.
Forrest Lucas passed away Saturday, and we lost a monster crasher.
Oh, without question. I will never forget, after all that grinding that you said he gave you for a contract for us to strike between SpeedFreaks and Lucas Oil, he and Charlotte both came into our studio in Los Angeles. And this is when we were a smaller show, but we were on the Howard Stern network. And so we were doing a lot of audio drops, just like the Howard Stern shows. And Forrest was sitting there with Charlotte. I think Charlotte was talking, and Kenny's on his little soundboard, and he's playing all these things. And Forrest goes, "Where are all these people? Where are these people?" And it was just so funny. I just knew right away, right at that point, yep, we're gonna hit things off with this family, and we did. 24 years of our 25 years of SpeedFreaks were with Lucas Oil, are with Lucas Oil,
and frankly, they were not instrumental in moving us to TV. We had done some TV with ESPN, Speed Channel, ESPN2, but when they took over, actually started to fund their production facilities, they came to us to be the anchors for their production facilities. And I mean, literally, the anchors. We were the first two people you saw when Lucas Oil created a production facility, and it just blew up. And back up just a second, one of the items that he brought up in the Chili Bowl, talking about sitting in the stands, reminded me that, and everybody that's been a part of grassroots racing, Lucas put the roots in grassroots. The amount of series that they supported financially, physically supported, built a stadium, the Taj Mahal, in the middle of Missouri, Wheatland, Missouri, population 300 people, but people come from around the planet to watch dirt racing at this facility. There's not enough time in 24 hours to thank Forrest Lucas, Charlotte Lucas, Morgan Lucas, Katie Lucas, Melissa Wanzer, and everybody inside those Lucas Oil walls enough for what they've done for us. And hopefully we've given a little bit of that back to Lucas Oil. When Crasher got the news that Forrest passed, bam. Just like when Lucas came on board, our lives changed forever. Go back to four shot, Cody. There's a reason Richie's sitting there in a Lucas Oil hat, Cole's sitting here, Crasher's sitting there. We've got this paraphernalia behind us. It's because of that family. That family who frankly said, you know what, Kenny? You guys are a little edgy. I don't always agree with what you say, but we want your audience. He said that to me verbatim. And he's right. We're not as conservative as Forrest Lucas and some of his family, but they want our audience. They want you, Freak Nation. So to support the Freak Nation, Crasher, when you're at O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Walmart, Fry's, Ralph's, Albertsons, Safeway,
Amazon,
support Forrest and what he created decades ago. Forrest Lucas. I did it. I did it without getting emotional. And that's tough. That's absolutely tough. As I said at the top of the show, man, we will always love you for what you did for us, Forrest.